Hello everybody, and welcome to another Core Set 2020 ranked draft here on the channel. Before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. If the video gets to 50 thumbs up, I will post another video tomorrow. So if you want more content and to support the channel at the same time, that thumbs up button is a great way to do that. If you would like to join our community here on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button. By subscribing, you will be able to get notified when I post future videos, especially if you click that little bell. And as always, leave a comment if you have any questions. Without further ado, let's dive in. Okie doke. So pack one, pick one. Immediately, the rare is kind of mediocre. Like, you'll play it in a blue deck or a red deck. You don't have to be both colors, but it's like not a great rare. It's not like insanely powerful. The commons are also relatively lackluster. I think the best one is either Unsummon or, yeah, probably Unsummon. I think the Skeleton is more of a later pickup. But the uncommon that really comes to mind is this Scholar of Ages. It is quite good in the late game. There's a lot of loops you can go with it. It goes well with Soul Salvage, with Blood for Bones, Pulse of Marasa, even like Unsummons. You can like loop those. Like, you can bounce your own Scholar of Ages and things like that. So I think Scholar of Ages is a very clear pick out of this pack. And after that, I think I would probably take Scampering Scourger, but I would not be happy about it. Maybe I'd take Unsummon, but yeah, I think Scholar of Ages is definitely the pick here. And now, pick two. The commons are, again, pretty lackluster. The best common is probably Bladebrand, which is not saying much. The uncommons are decent. Thrashing Brontodon is definitely a card I'm happy to play. It's the clear pick out of this pack. Nothing else is even really remotely close. After that, I think I'd take Woodland Champion. And then after that, I'd probably take Bone Dash or Bladebrand, but I would not be super thrilled with it. Woodland Champion is only really like great in like green-white when you have like some Raise the Alarms, but it definitely can do work in just a green deck because you can play some of the Wolf Pup card. Keep forgetting that card's name. Young Wolf, maybe. I don't even remember. It's not Young Wolf. It's man, Wolf Pup. I don't remember, but you can play those cards. You can play the Wolf Rider Saddle to make tokens, but Thrashing Brontodon definitely pick out of this pack. It's just the best card by a wide margin. Ah, Ferocious Pup. Thank you, Magic Arena, for letting me know immediately what the card's name is. This pack is actually very interesting because I think the best common and best card overall in the pack is Shock, but I don't think it's by an incredibly high margin. Like, it's a good card and a card I'm happy to have, but when I already have a great blue card and a great green card, I kind of just want to solidify myself into potentially blue or green, and I think that doing so, Winged Words is a fine pickup here. It works well with Scholar of Ages. It just gets you through your deck to find you more answers. I think it's definitely better than Warden of Evo's Isle. This card just never really came together all that often. It's mostly just a Wind Drake, which is just a 3-mana 2/2 flyer, which is a fine card, a card I'd pretty much always play, but not insane. Winged Words, definitely a card that I'm happy to play, though, in this format. I think Shock is the best card and a little bit better than Winged Words, but I've just been much happier when I play like a blue-green deck or a blue-black deck than a blue-red deck or even a green-red deck. So I think I'm just going to take the Winged Words here. I think that the Shock is better, but I think the Winged Words going with Scholar of Ages is good enough that it's worth taking. And there's a loop here. We could just go straight into green-black, Scholar of Ages plus Blood for Bones. This is a late Blood for Bones, and there is also a Agonizing Siphon to go with it. Loaming Shaman does also create some fun loops in late-game situations, but I think this is more of a green-black card than a blue-green card. So I think we're just going to take the Blood for Bones to loop with Scholar. I think in this pack I go Blood for Bones and then Agonizing Siphon and then Sleep Paralysis and then probably Loaming Shaman in 4th place. But potentially moving into a blue-black grind is a pretty good place to be for me. And now, I like Cryptic Caves. I think it's a good card, and it's one that I'm pretty happy to play, especially as an 18th land. Like, you go 17 lands with your normal colors, and then you just play a Cryptic Caves in your 2-color deck as a way to help you avoid Flood, help you avoid Mana Screw. But I kind of want to take Bone Splinters, just because it's good to have like cheap interaction and removal like that. I think Metropolis Spread is maybe a 3rd place there. I'm just going to take the Cryptic Caves, though. I really like this card, and I think I can get a Bone Splinters later. I don't want too many Bone Splinters. And now there's a Renowned Weaponsmith. Pretty late pickup here. We could definitely run the Bow package in a blue-black deck. There's an Anticipate. There's a Ferocious Pup, but, I mean, we're not really going in that direction. I think I go Renowned Weaponsmith and then Anticipate here. There's also a pretty late Lavacan Brawler, but I'm just pretty happy picking up the Weaponsmith and then maybe getting a couple bows. Okay, in this pack, I mean, Raise the Alarm is the best card, but we're not really going that direction. I think this is just a pretty clear Sorcerer of the Fang. This card can just do work. It blocks pretty well early, and then you never really activate it, but sometimes you can threaten to activate it, which is kind of scary. We don't really need a 5-drop, and Bone Dash is incredibly replaceable. But you do need to make sure you get those 2-drops. Huh. So this is interesting. There is Portal of Sanctuary, which is sometimes just a really neat combo with certain cards. Like if you can get some Cloudkin Seers, it's a nice combo. It actually does combo decently with Scholar of Ages as another way to loop the Scholar of Ages, though I'm not as high on that because it is very expensive and clunky and stuff. I'd much rather Blood for Bones my Scholar, but I mean, you can't be too picky. I think Portal of Sanctuary is definitely the least replaceable card in this pack. Least replaceable. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. There's also a Blood Burglar if I wanted a 2-drop. I already kind of have 2 2-drops though, so I'm not like super high on taking those. I could take a Octa Prophet, but I think I'm going to take the Portal of Sanctuary and gamble on potentially playing that, though I'm not like having to play it. And now an easy Sanitarium Skeleton. Blade Brand came back. I think I like Blade Brand over Bone Dash. Bone Dash is just very clunky, so we're just going to take the Blade Brand. Now Anticipate. Definitely not taking Lockbox. Okay. The Blood Burglar came back. Thought Distortion is just not playable and limited. And the Blade Brand. Okay, this deck is looking quite good to me. And now, pack 2, we get a very, very simple, straightforward pick. We are definitely playing blue-black, and Disfigure is just a fantastic early interaction spell. It's great to get back with Scholar of Ages, because you really want to be able to like use your removal spells and effectively deal with your opponent's threats. So you can't just play your 7-drop, and you don't just want to die. You want to be able to like interact with them and stuff potentially. This is definitely going to be an 18-land deck with the Cryptic Caves, and I'm very happy picking up a Disfigure here, and definitely going to take that over Gorging Vulture. And now there is a Soul Salvage. I think I'd like to take that over Frostlings. Frostlings just doesn't really do anything in this type of control deck because it's much better when you're like beating down the opponent, which doesn't really come together all that often. And I think Frostlings is definitely playable in this type of deck, but it's not a really high priority. So essentially Frostlings is at its best when you're like curving out on your opponent and then you tap down their blocker and their blocker just stays tapped for 2 turns. As 2 attack steps essentially, so you just basically kill their threat, and then maybe you kill them before they even untap. But here we're just clearly taking Soul Salvage. It's another infinite loop with Scholar of Ages. It's also just really good in this grindy type of deck, and I really want to get some Gorging Vultures to help self-mill myself to fuel these cards. Now there is a Heartpiercer Bow, which is definitely a card I would like to get. I'm not sure how early I have to take them. Depending on the patch, you could take them varying times throughout Arena's history. There's a Fairy Miscreant, which isn't really what this deck wants to be doing. We're not really after the 1/1 flyer. Sure, if you get 5 of them, you might play it, but in this type of deck, you don't really try to get 5 of them because you're playing a late game control deck that wins with a Scholar of Ages loop, usually, and you don't really need 1-mana 1/1 flyers to get chip damage in during that type of plan. We're not going to go for Cerulean Drake. I think here the pick is actually pretty interesting between Heartpiercer Bow and Evolving Wilds. I'll be quite honest, I haven't done infinite arena drafts. I mean, I've done a ton of arena drafts, but I don't know exactly how this patch works, so I don't know if I can reliably wheel the Heartpiercer Bow, because I enjoy having an Evolving Wilds. But I think Heartpiercer Bow is pretty important as well. This is pick 3, so I'd have to get this with like 4 cards left in the pack. I'm just going to take the bow. In paper, I would definitely take the bow here, so I'll just default to that. And now I'll take a Fathomfleet Cutthroat. It is a nice combo with the bow. I'm not a huge fan of the Vial of Dragonfire. This is a relatively late Leafkin Druid, but we're not moving into green. And now there's another Soul Salvage. I don't really love running 2 of them, but again, I don't really love running Undead Servants either, so we'll just take it. And now Metropolis Sprite. Pretty solid 2-drop. It does wear a bow quite well, so I'm pretty happy to get that. There's a Fairy Miscreant. There's a Moat Piranhas. I'm not sure if I'm a Moat Piranhas deck, because when you're running a bow package, you really want all of your creatures to be able to attack. We're not a Gruesome Scourger deck, though. We're not really a Fairy Miscreant deck. It's interesting because Undead Servant is kind of expensive, and we saw one earlier that'll probably wheel, but we also saw a Fairy Miscreant earlier that might wheel. So the question becomes, which one would we rather have? And I think we're more of an Undead Servant deck than a Fairy Miscreant deck. We don't have a ton of 4-drops, and we're probably going to be looking for a little bit of self-mill. So I think we're just going to take the Undead Servant here over the Fairy Miscreant. And now Dismal Backwater to help our mana out. Definitely taking that over very replacement level cards. Bone-clad Necromancer's a solid addition. Sure, we'll take a Blood Burglar. Fairy Miscreant wheeled. I don't think we even take it here. We might just take Befuddle. Have another instant to get with Scholar of Ages. Yeah, that strikes me as better. We get a vial to go with our weaponsmith. Okie doke. Pack 3, here we go. And we get a Gorging Vulture, just what we wanted. We have a Soul Salvage, maybe even 2. We have a Blood for Bones. We have a decent amount of Graveyard Synergies. We didn't end up getting that second Undead Servant. But yeah, definitely taking the Gorging Vulture. We don't need more Soul Salvages. These uncommons are not in our colors. Pretty clear Gorging Vulture. Ooh, Murder. That's a nice pickup. Good little removal spell. One of the best commons in the set, if not the best common. On Arena, I think with Bow being a relatively prevalent card, Murder definitely goes up in value. So we'll happily take this Murder here, and then maybe wheel a Skeleton or Unsummon. Probably not Unsummon. Now there is another Undead Servant. There's Molder Vine, which is an interesting consideration for like a splash card, but we're not really looking to splash in this deck. So we'll just take the Undead Servant and see where it goes. We don't need another Portal or another Anticipate. A second Murder is definitely a real nice pickup. Disfigure is a fantastic card, but it's not as good as Murder. Murder just kills anything. This card is much more situational. We also already have one of those. So let's just take the Murder here. And now there's another Sanitarium Skeleton. I don't think we would really go for multiples of we don't really need multiples of this because we don't really have all that many synergies with it. I might just take the Boneclad Necromancer, have another 5-drop that helps me stabilize. I think that sounds pretty good. And now there is an Unsummon. Nice little pickup, I think. You can usually get a card's worth of value out of this. Oh, thank goodness. I was really hoping... Oh my, what? Well, we might not run the Bow package because we just got a third Murder pick 7. Unless this Bow comes literally last pick. But, yeah. I was about to say, oh, yay, we got a Bow, but Murder's definitely the pick. Unbelievable pick up there. I honestly don't know how that happened. And now we get a Fenlurker. And a Salvage. Okay. Skeleton did come back. That's nice. Little addition. I guess we'll take that. We aren't really gonna play any of these. Wow, all the skeletons in the world. Okay. So I don't think we're gonna play the Renowned Weaponsmith package. Given that we only have like 1 Bow to get and 1 vial. So if we cut those. We kind of also maybe want to cut that. We don't really need the Blood Burglars. They're basically 2-mana 2/2s. Let's check our creature counts. We have 12 creatures. Interesting, interesting. I don't think we really need Befuddle. We kind of have Blade Brand to do a similar thing for cheaper in our main color. We don't really need Anticipate, though, either. We definitely don't need 3 skeletons. Probably don't need both Blade Brands. We're going to add back cards. Okay. We probably don't need Epicure. Okay, so what do we want from here? We could just play the Weaponsmith as like a very mediocre tutor. I mean, it's not like the end of the world. It's probably even correct, potentially, just to play it with our 2 artifacts that we can get. Like, that's just a decent package. How many creatures do we have here? We have 10 creatures. So we probably want to add a couple creatures if we're doing this. We have how many instant sorcerers? We have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we definitely have a lot for that. I don't think we want the Befuddle. I don't think we want the Anticipate. Portal doesn't really... I guess Portal combos kind of with that. Kind of with that. Kind of with that. I really don't think Portal's where we want to be, though. We could take a Fortress Crab. The Crab! I just really don't like the Fortress Crab overall, though. It doesn't block flyers, which is a huge knock against it. Could play a second Skeleton. Even though we don't really have any synergies with it, it does attack with Bow pretty well. And then we could play like a Blood Burglar. I think I like that. Yeah, this deck seems reasonable to me. How How's our mana base looking? 16 to 5. I think we want to add another swamp over an island. No, we can't. We have to. This is 9. Oh, we wanted to run 18 lands. That helps a lot. I forgot about that. We would definitely want to go up to 9 black, because now we have 10 black sources, and now we have 18 lands overall. We'll definitely just cut a Blood Burglar. Yeah, this deck seems much better. 18 lands is definitely where I want to be here. But yeah, that is going to do it for the deck build. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you stay with me to see how it plays out. Hello, and welcome to round 1. As you can see, we did choose basic lands. We chose the Rubik's Cube Zendikar Swamp and the beautiful island. This is just like my favorite island currently. That's like in standard, I think. It's just so gorgeous. But this is definitely a keeper. We have our 2-drop. They can start getting out our value cards. We're going to play Swamp first in case we draw Yarok's Fenlurker. The Sedge. Not going to have a happy day when we weaponsmith him. Not going to have a happy day at all. We only have 1 bow. It's not like the end of the world for our opponent. So I think here we want to fetch bow, play bow. And on the next turn, I think we'll fetch our Vial, potentially. I can't believe our deck has 3 copies of Murder. That's actually absurd. We also have our Loop here. I think we'll just get our Vial, play Vial. Because we don't want to accidentally draw our Vial by mistake. And because of this Blade Brand, we can attack in no matter what, basically. Silverback, sure. So we'll just zap that, and then we will Blade Branch these trade. This keeps our life total nice and high. And the Gorging Vulture will set up our Blood for Bones. And we have this Vial up. Sure, Silverback. Okay, so milling a Murder is actually good for us because of our Scholar. So I think we're just going to play land, and we're going to Vial plus Disfigure Silverback. Sure, they're getting nice value. Silverback is really good against blue-black, but we're about to grind them with Scholar super well because we're going to get back Murder and Disfigure, which is just super effective. And we also have the Blood for Bones, so. So we are overall in great shape. I think we basically can't lose at this point. We just have infinite grind value. No, it's just too risky to block. There's no need. Okay, that is annoying. High Cryptic Caves. So let's murder this. Disfigure. Actually, we're just gonna pass. We're gonna just play this and pass. I'm not actually. It's kind of sad that I don't know how this works, but I don't have this combo all that often. I kind of forget whether or not Scholar of Ages can get back Blood for Bones. I know you can use Blood for Bones, sack Scholar of Ages, and bring back Scholar, but I don't know if Scholar can then get back Blood for Bones. Because I don't know if it's in the grave. I guess the trigger resolves after Blood for Bones. So yeah, I guess that works. Never mind. I am sure I know how it works now. I'm going to just activate Cryptic Caves probably. Well, I'm also going to hold up Dismember so my opponent can maybe not mess with me. They know I have Disfigure. Okay. Hopefully we draw Murder here. Okay, because we drew the Sanitarium Skeleton, we don't really care anymore. Because now we have something to sacrifice. Just going to kill a wolf, use our mana efficiently. Return a creature to the battlefield. We'll return this guy, thank you. Return this to our hand. And then we'll get back Blood for Bones and Murder. Then play land. And probably just going to cast Murder. That strikes me as the best option. I think we just want to start knocking down his creatures as fast as possible. The Voracious Hydra. Can't fight if it's dead. Definitely trading here. Easy trade. We still have 17 cards in deck. So this will be 4. How much mana do we have? We have 1, 2, we have 7, 8, 9. So this would be 4, 8. Let's just play this like this way. Okay, I guess I counted that wrong. Choose one, return this to the battlefield. Return this to our hand. And then we'll get back a Disfigure and a Blood for Bones. I don't want to keep milling myself out. That would be a little bit sketchy. I'm a little bit worried about another growth cycle. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, murder's good. So we have 7, 8, 9, 10 lands now, so we can play 4, 8. No, we're just gonna... And our opponent scoops it up. We were just gonna play skeleton to chump block one of their guys, murder the other one. And that is game, and we're headed to round 2. Hello, and welcome to round 2. We have an excellent hand. We have Weaponsmith into murder or bird, or just Weaponsmith into start searching things. Oh, turn 1 tap land. So much value! Oh, the power. The power. Oh, you also have a Weaponsmith, I see. I might just murder their Weaponsmith, because that could be annoying. I'm going to murder their Weaponsmith. When you have 3 murders, you can afford to be a little bit avant-garde. Sure. Because I don't have as much stuff. I'm assuming he has more bows than I do. And this just draws you an extra card every turn. So we're going to play this vulture. Okay, we mill 4 lands, which is not the worst outcome. Then play this. No attacks. Okay, we'll take 3. We have taken 3, so they're playing Teamer. They probably have a Risen Reef somewhere. Okay, our bow combined with our vulture and our vial could be good for killing this dragon. So if we play our land, we can tap 2. Yeah, we definitely have enough mana to do this. Only just. Okay, we're going to enter full control mode. Hopefully they don't have a pump spell or something. Boom, okay. We can now leave full control. You want to make sure that this resolves before you use your vial. You don't want to get completely owned by shock, because that could be a card that they have. Oh goodness. I am officially... Oh, never mind. They can't recast this. Ha! Oh, that's so lucky. Oh my gosh. Get out of my life, Drakaseth. They cannot recast it for at least a minute. They have 3, 4, 5... They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, so they need 2 land drops. And a red source. Thank goodness. Don't ask me why I played the Metropolis Sprite instead of the Boneclad. I was too busy focused on other things. I should have played this 100%. 110%. giving me time to find my other murders. No blocks. I really hope they don't have a mountain. Ah, ferocious pup. So young, so naive. I'm just going to kill the ferocious pup. And I really hope I draw a murder. I'm also super terrified of them just having a mountain as their last card. Oh man, don't have mountain, buddy. Buddy, old pal. Friend. Don't do me like that. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness it's not a mountain. Okay, oh, disfigure, nice. Okay, that's a good draw. So I can attack for 4. I can attack for 7. So now they are kind of in blocker mode with this guy. Please don't rip a mountain, I beg of you. Oh my gosh, no! Oh, this is a nightmare! This isn't real! This is not reality! Murder. They can block this guy and take 3. We needed one more turn! Alas, never lucky. Hello and welcome to round 3. We are trying to bounce back after that brutal loss, and we're going to keep this hand on the draw. Got there. We will attack first. Now our vial is here. Okay, so we're not off to the greatest of starts. I think that's fair to say. I mean, we do have a couple murders in our hand, which is great. We are not going to attack. We probably would go for the block, vial this thing. We don't really care if they mill us because we have soul salvage, so we actually kind of want them to. So killing Satra's Denizen is a mistake. Where were you guys last game, Murder? Opponent may be holding up Bone Dash. I don't really know what they're holding up, but we're fine to play the waiting game. Once we get into the late game, our deck really becomes almost unbeatable. We really have to kill that thing. Hey, they milled 2 creatures. Nice. But we have to kill it in response in case they draw an unsummon. Heads up play if they would have revealed the Evolving Wilds. Okay. So I think we soul salvage. No. Do we soul salvage is the question. Because we could hit better things. We don't really have a ton of better things. Xanth is our biggest. Our Boneclad Necromancer is our biggest guy. So I kind of want to soul salvage back a Fenlurker. Obviously, if we mill our Scholar of Ages, we're going to wish we had saved our soul salvage. But just getting this guy out will make it really hard for my opponent to punch through. What did they get rid of? Brightwood Tracker. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so they are just a blue-green deck. This swamp is really interesting. I don't really know what the Rubik's Cube thing is, but it's cool. So they have 6 mana up, which means we probably just want to pass, or just cast like a skeleton. Maybe a Blade Brand. Yeah, let's just go for a Blade Brand here. We kind of want them to block our Fenlurker, because then if they have an unsummon, which is like the only instant speed thing that punishes is Blade Brand, then they can't, oh, they're Scholar, thank goodness. Then they can't also have, like, then if they bounce it, we also get to take another one of their cards. I think it's better to just hold up a Murder than to play a skeleton here. Max punished. Now that is brutal. That's an ouch. Let's just murder it now. That was an ouch. I kind of had to, I just want to kill that though. With the Scholar of Ages in my hand, I want to be able to get back 2 spells. So getting back Murder and Soul Salvage is definitely where I want to be. At this point, it's very hard for us to lose the game, especially against blue-green, where they can't like interact with Scholar. I guess they could have a counterspell for it. Just gonna get this in under potential Bone Dash. We don't need a Murder attack. That's kind of needlessly aggressive here. And if they do attack, we'll just chump with our Scholar. Actually, we'll just triple block. If they have Bone Dash, they have Bone Dash. We don't really care at this point as long as they aren't countering our Scholar. Sure. We could have gone for Murder, but then they could like top deck some absurd like blue card, like a Tempest or something. I don't know. They milled me, interesting. going to play 2 creatures here, so that when I go for some murder action later... Geez, saying that sounds really bad. Yeah, they should... Yeah, that card name really doesn't roll off the tongue. That is... Yeah, whoa, I can't believe I just... That's like the type of thing that out of context sounds so bad. Just like, what the heck? Gosh. We're going to want to murder the Boreal Elemental, because that is the only real way we lose is to flying, really. We have a ton of ground power now, so we can just start using our Soul Savage and our Murder, and we can just start attacking with Scholar. Cryptic Caves hype. Perfect. Send in the goons. Sure. We're going to hold up this murder. I'm trying to think of really scary cards they could have that murder protects me from. What creatures are really scary? Shifting Ceratops is kind of scary. I don't know. It just seems like the safest option. Cryptic Caves hype. Oh, yes. Oh, the value churns through. I still have 13 cards in my deck, so I'm not afraid of getting milled out right now. There's the Blood for Bones. I actually can hold full control now and just attack with everything pretty much. With these 3 at least. And I can use my murder now because I have a way to get it back. I could have attacked. I know I can't really attack with anything else. Boom, my opponent scoops it up. We have Blood for Bones and Soul Salvage now. The reason we did it then was because we can then Blood for Bones back to get our Scholar back at will, to get back our murders, which is actually really important. So that's going to do it for that round. Then I hope you stay with me for the next one. Hello and welcome to round 4. We're back to our winning ways and we're keeping a great hand here. Skeleton charge! Playing against a silver player. They're well on their way if they're 2-1. On the road again, just can't wait to get on the road again. They chose not to display their cat. Oh, the Vial of Dragonfire. Interesting, interesting. Okay, we're just going to play our Weaponsmith this turn. It's not the most mana efficient play, but then next turn we can Weaponsmith plus Vulture, and we want to start getting these out of our deck. We might stop on our upkeep. Okay. We're going to get our bow. Bow is just a better card. And it also makes it more likely for us to draw lands, which we kind of want to do. We also don't want to mill both of our guys when we cast his Vulture. Okay, we milled a Murder and a Fenlurker. So, and 2 lands. So it's not the end of the world. And now we can cast this for a full 5 power. Octoprophet. Ah, the Prophet. I think we are just going to Boneclad Necromancer this turn. Then next turn we can use our shenanigans to maybe wipe out Octoprophet. We will definitely just get rid of that thing to get another 2/2 for now. Okay. So we're going to stop on our upkeep, because drawing our Vial would be quite poor here. We're probably going to just murder that. Sure, we'll attack with these two. If they want to trade, we're fine with that. Like, I enjoy having a 3/3 because they kind of have to, they can't kill it very well, but we can kill it a future 3/3 with these two. We have enough tiny creatures on the board that the vials aren't like insanely effective. Ah, Vile Tribal. I don't know why you killed the zombie over the vulture. Maybe they're afraid of soul salvage. We definitely want to play all of our lands, because if we draw winged words, we want to be able to churn through our cards. The old skeleton beatdown plan. It's an age-old wonder. A tale as old as time. A skeleton as old as rhyme. I don't know why you'd aerial assault that when you have vials that can kill it. These vials are looking so bad against my skeletons. It's like really funny how bad they are against my skeletons. Oh, man. The beat down plan. Oh, no. They have taken a turn off my clock. This is insane. We're just going to town here. They have 2 vials in play. Oh, my gosh. They're just negating a third of my entire attack. Basically time walk. What an absurd draw. I hope everyone realizes I'm just kidding around. I know I sometimes get people in the comments like, why are you hating on your opponents? I'm just making fun. It's hilarious. Actually, maybe I'm not the one that should judge whether or not it's hilarious, but I find it quite amusing just to say stuff like that. Oh, nice. We are doing it. Once we draw a spell, we're going to have all the lands we need. I'm looking forward to it. Deck. We milled 2. I didn't even realize we milled 2 lands. So we have this one. We have 7 lands left in our deck. Oh, the vial onto the sanitarium skeleton. That's a sad day. Oh, man. I knew these lands would come in handy. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh. That is not where you want to be when you're just trying to save a point of damage with your vial. 4 mana, gain 1 life. Okay, we will get this back. Play it. Get this back. You've got to be kidding me. What? I just assumed that it wouldn't tap me out of black mana. That's ludicrous. What the heck, auto tapper? What the? Why would you tap triple black? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. It's just like, we're just going to go tap them all. It's easy. I like auto-tapped the first one, then I was, oh my gosh. No! Okay, lands. It's getting a bit frustrating now. They have Safara. We just need a spell. Any spell! Please! I feel like we've drawn 6 lands in a row. Oh, this is so brutal. We're on a 3-turn clock from Safara. No. Oh my gosh. This is a catastrophe. We only have 1 murder left. And the life totals are all of a sudden equal. Where were you like 10 turns ago, Boneclad Necromancer? I could have really used your support. We need, on our next turn, either Murder, Scholar of Ages, or Fathom Fleet Cutthroat. Those are our outs. Oh, right. The Fairy Mist Green is indestructible. Of course. Of course it is. Because Safara is such a dumb card. That's so sad that we're going to lose this game. Oh my gosh. We drew 5 lands in a row. I don't even know how many lands we drew in a row. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, come on. Cards we need. Cards we need. Yes! Oh, oh my gosh, did you see what Auto Tapper tried to do to me? Did you see that? Why would you ever tap me out of my black mana, Auto Tapper? Why? Oh, please don't have a counterspell. I swear. No! They have Bone to Ash! This crafty devil has Bone to Ash! Oh! We have our murders. Might as well go for it now. Convolute. If I get convoluted, I'm going to cry. Oh. Ah! No! The pain! The agony! Why me? Cruel negate. If we'd drawn Scholar the turn before, it wouldn't have mattered. Oh, that is so brutal. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my gosh. That was so bad. That was so painful. Okay, we're back, and we have a great hand, and we are going to win this round because our opponent's not going to beat us with complete BS this time. No, I'm kidding. That was our opponent didn't play like under the belt or anything. They had it fine. It's not their fault I drew all lands, and I don't know. It just didn't work out. Oh yes, the magic gods smile upon me today. At least maybe partially redemption for that last game. I did not set the upkeep stop in time, but never punished. Because justice. And since we have the mana, we're going to just do it now, and now we'll set the upkeep stop. We shall fetch up a vial. Perfect. Play vial. Attack for 2. Next turn we will get Heartpiercer Bow and then crack vial. How does this thing get bigger again? Okay. Invocation, sure. I definitely should have waited on that, I think. Should have waited till their upkeep to crack it. That was a punt. If there was a Twitch chat, command punt would be initiated at this point. Okey-doke. Murder that. Okay. Sure, Vengeful War Chief. Yeah, I have not played this game super well. That play against the Overgrowth Elemental was super bad. I think we're actually going to crack this Cryptic Caves unless our skeleton... Yeah, even if our skeleton dies, we probably will. Our opponent's probably breathing a sigh of relief that we don't have more bows to get. Because we're not going to just cast this to get back a murder. Ah, Blight Beetle. So good. Oh no, the combo. Gorging Vulture is a fantastic draw. It's going to set up our Scholar quite nicely. I thought we'd mill an instant or a sorcery, but milling 4 lands is definitely an improvement. Yeah, that was a fine Gorging Vulture, shall we say. Definitely a nice draw. So 5 of our lands are in the graveyard. We have 13 left. 4, 9 left. 8, 7, 6 lands left. So like a third of our cards are lands. That's fine. As soon as we draw like a Soul Salvage or a Blood for Bones, ideally, we're going to be fine. I feel very favored to win this game. We're going to protect from Yarok's Fenlurker. Start chipping away. I think doing 2 damage to them is worth the counter that they gain on Vengeful War Chief. Now I think I changed my mind because now I can actually have a legitimate chance of like quad blocking this, but Skeleton is going to be saved for Vorse Claw duty. I like how I milled 4 lands and then drew a land. I didn't realize that, but it's kind of sad. I just want to draw spells, deck. Is that too much to ask? Okay, we're going to have to quad block this. Block, 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 block. So they can kill Skeleton and Sprite. Okay, that was bizarre. So they traded their 4/4 for my 1/3. Okay, I believe in you, deck. I'm losing faith in you more and more by each minute that passes. This is so sad! That is so many lands! I don't need lands! I only have like 5 in my deck. Actually, I only have 4 in my deck. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 4 lands left in my deck. Our next few draws are going to be very sick. Like, so good. We'll have to take our 3 here. Take our medicine, as they say. We could 4-man block this, but it just does so badly against the combat trick or a feral invocation. Okay. Disfigure. Finally. Something good. Five, 6, 7, 8. No attacks. We can double block this and disfigure it. You gotta be kidding me. I'm so sad. So this is, we take 3, here we go to 9. I think we're still going to lose this game. We just drew so badly that it was like unwinnable basically. Oh, blood for bones. Maybe too late. Nope. Yes, much better. Blood for bones may be our salvation here. I hope their last card is not a Yarok's Fenlurker. Oh, actually, never mind. We can just discard a murder or something if it comes to that, because we really need this blood for bones. But they didn't use their altar last turn, which makes me think they have something good. Oh, they wanted to save it for War Chief to make it bigger. Interesting. Please don't have growth cycle, I mean. Or Might of the Masses. If they had Might of the Masses, they'd attack with everything. Sure, we'll go to damage. I think we have to kill the Gravedigger. Okay, Fenlurker to get rid of their last card is interesting. Then we could Blood for Bones. So we have 9 mana, so we can go 1, 6, sack this, get back the Scholar, and then murder. I think we want to murder then Blood for Bones, and then Fenlurker. Because then we can get back Murder. What was our last card? Oh, Bone Splinters. Nice. Creature to the battlefield. Return Fenlurker to hand. No, they're just going to be discarding all their cards. Return Sorcerer to hand. Back Blood for Bones, get back Murder. I think we might have this one, folks. We have been working to stabilize this game, and we might have it. Oh, man. We'll go to 4. Okay. There's another Murder. That's so good. We have 9 mana, so we have enough to do everything. We can just go Murder, Murder. Or we can go Murder, Blood for Bones, Disfigure. No, we just want to go Murder, Murder. Murder, Murder, Creature. Next turn we can Blood for Bones. Get back Murder. And Blood for Bones. And a creature. Well, unsummon is disgusting. We're just going to use it. So we can pump this. We have 8 mana, so we want to go this to get back Blood for Bones and Disfigure. And then we can, yes, we'll have mana to pump this. Wow, we got there. Whew! That was insane. We made the comeback. I was so like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we lost because we drew all lands. But we made the comeback, and we're back to the victory road. Hello, and welcome to round 5. No, actually round 6. I think we're 3-2 now. And we're going to keep this excellent hand against Jerry. We have Sorcerer into Gorging Vulture with Scholar of Ages and Unsummon. Oh yes, this is going to be a good hand. I have high hopes for it. Very high hopes. Our deck does pretty well on the draw. We have good early defensive tools and a strong late game that wants us to hit land drops. Whew, this deck is sick. I love Scholar of Ages decks. Every time you have a Scholar of Ages, you can just play the game in such a different way because you know you're going to win the late game pretty much. You like basically can't lose the late game. Oh man. Ripping 1 drop to go 1-2-3. Such a perfect rip right off the top. Only thing better than ripping this off the top is milling it with Gorging Vulture. Sorcerer of the Fang. Hath been cast. We're playing against green-white. Should be a good matchup. Angel. Sure. Huh. The bluff! The bluff! Always bluff with this type of attack, because it's such a free attack. Okay. So we milled perfect cards. Oh my gosh. What a mill. Those are really good because we have our Scholar. Oh yes. Oh yes, indeed. And we even gained that extra life. Okay, so they have a lot of flyers. We're definitely trading here. We're probably going to end up unsummoning the Griffin Protector just to buy us some time. Because we just need to get to this spot where we have Soul Salvage and Murder kind of looping. Sure, we don't care about any ground creatures, but we'll definitely be able to bounce the Griffin Protector now. It buys us a lot of time. Like, we could kill the wolf, but the wolf does nothing against our skeleton Sorcerer of the Fang. Whereas now... Well, that was an absurd draw. So now we have our Scholar loop all primed and ready. Because we can Blood for Bones and just murder every turn. So just having a kill spell every turn while we are drawing cards every turn is just absurd. I've fed absurd a lot this game. I've noticed that this is going to be a good game, I think. We just need to draw one more land. That was some beatbox practicing while I wait for my opponent to make a play. I'm not actually trying to become a beatboxer, it's just something to do. Okay, so my opponent gains 5 life. This thing is getting close to being scary. There's the land we needed. And now we'll just activate Sorcerer of the Fang to stop the Angel from becoming too scary. That is the hope, at least. If they have a second Dawning Angel, I'm very sad. Okay, thank goodness. Definitely blocking. Scholaring it up. Murder plus Soul Salvage, I think. Though, I kind of want to just get Unsummon. Yeah, let's just get Unsummon because we do have this Blood for Bones. So just getting a really cheap spell is nice. And we don't really want to be getting back our Gorging Vulture. We just can just Blood for Bones over and over now. And now that we have the Unsummon, we can also just unsummon the Griffin or the Wolf or whatever becomes problematic. Probably the Griffin. Opponent is probably realizing that they are in not great shape. They're being like, thank goodness he didn't get Soul Salvage. No, it's a Voracious Hydra. No, not good. Goodbye, Scholar. We hardly knew ye. Okay. So we're just going to go murder your flyer. Blood for Bones. Sack Skeleton. Get back Scholar. And return Metropolis Sprite to hand. At this point, we don't want to mill out with our loops. Get back Blood for Bones and Murder. Play land, so we have Unsummon up. Well, that's bad.
Should all strive for a peaceful resolution.
They could actually go up to... They could gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 life and go up to 26. 6 life, so go up to 27, and this was a 4-4. Okay, sure. We're fine with this outcome. Johnny definitely is a little annoying, though. Definitely double blocking. Interesting. Goodbye, Johnny's pride mates. Okay, so why would they make that trade? I guess they kind of want their Johnny to live. I really don't want to double murder, but I think it's correct. Because double murder is also like killing a Johnny. So whereas I had to kill the pup and its token, I think the murder also was like killing the Johnny in a sense. So I'm fine with that in the long term. And we'll just Blood for Bones back, unlimited murders. We pretty much have 7 mana kill spell whenever we want. That also gets us an extra creature. I don't think our opponent can win this game. Because they aren't super wide, and we have decent defenses. Oh, there's the dryer. Nice. Laundry check. Okay, inspiring captain. Sure. We will attack. No. We're just going to return the skeleton to our hand. Blood for Bones and Murder. Why does it always try to tap me out to not cast Sanitarium Skeleton? That's got to be a bug. It just ignores the skeleton. Okay, so I could have attacked for an extra 1 point, but... And opponent scoops it up. We're going to be headed to round 7, I think. Hello, and welcome to round 7. We have kind of a sketchy hand. I think it's a mulligan. We just need swamps so badly. I guess we have 10 black sources in the deck, because we have 9 swamps, 7 islands and a dismal backwater. So with 10 swamps in the deck on the draw, maybe this is a keep. It's just so sketchy if we don't get there. 10 sources. We have 30 cards left in our deck. We have about 1 in 3 odds of drawing one each turn. We'll keep. Just about 1 in 3. It's like a little bit worse than 1 in 3, but we could also draw blue cards, which would be similar. Okay. Our elemental cat has been upgraded. But I know you can't see the behind my face cam. I'm just checking it out. Oh, yes. I never doubted for an instant. Okay, it looks better than I thought it would. I definitely am glad that I have the upgraded elemental cat. Oh man, Brianborn. That's a shame. Wow, we're playing the mirror match. Oh, they're playing 3 colors. Nice. Okay, so we milled our skeleton. No better feeling. And we didn't mill any lands, any swamps, so that's good. Huh, hiya. We're fine trading off. Undead Servant. Did they mill any? No, they did not. Lucky me. Okay. Hiya. Fathom Fleet Cutthroat in the house. I kind of don't want to block the Undead Servant if it attacks me. No. Okay, we might activate that. I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to activate that with all these double black cards. Jeez, they milled 2 of them? Well, we're going to be getting rid of one of those with our Blood for Bones, probably. Just drawing a card, no big deal. Okay, that's not a great draw, but oh well. Return this to my hand. And we will exile a skeleton. No attacks. So we still have a decent number of cards in deck. Library, we're all good. I really don't want to mill my Scholar, because I have both of my ways to get it back in my hand already, so maybe I shouldn't have gotten back Gorging Vulture. What should I have gotten back? I should have got back Sorcerer. Mistakes were made. This attack screams second Undead Servant. He's not even attacking with Gorging Vulture. Oh, gosh. He's just going to play something else, though. And I don't really care about 2/2s right now. I have 4 cards in hand. We'll just take it for now. We'll wait one more turn so we can stabilize, get closer to our second black source. Yeah, because now they're wasting their turn doing this, essentially, which doesn't do anything. Gosh darn it. We have to go for this. Hopefully we don't mill Scholar, but, you know, we probably will. Yeah, every gosh darn time. We weren't going to get lands to cast it ever, but still. Feels bad, man. Always punished. We're going to struggle to win this game. I think we lost. Milling Scholar loses us the game. We just don't have 2 black. If we'd had double black, we wouldn't have had to do that. Hello, Swamp. And the problem is also, since we didn't mill a single land in any of our mills, we still have 17 lands. So there's, of these cards in our deck, we have 16 cards. Of these cards, there's 11 lands. That's actually terrifying. There's this, because that's, I mean, brings 17. Then there's 6 on the battlefield, so that means there's 11 left. We have 16 cards in our deck, so we only have 5 spells left, which means we're almost definitely going to lose this game. Like, I kind of just want to scoop. It's so bad. This is our shot. Our best chance is to just win with this flyer. But yeah, milling the Scholar lost us the game so badly. I don't know if we're supposed to wait, though, because we were kind of behind. Weird attack. That was a bizarre attack, I must say. I really want to draw a swamp here. I still have 7 swamps in my deck, so I have decent odds of doing it. About 50%. Well, that's not great. They only have 8 points of damage. Gosh darn it. Problem is we only have lands left in our deck. Oh, it didn't tap me out of black. That was lucky. We're screwed. We totally can't win this game. Gosh darn it! Oh man, it would have been very different if we hadn't milled Scholar. Oh man. I done messed up this game, and it's sad. I think if I keep the Scholar, I have a great shot at winning, even through their big value. Wait, they only have 4 cards left in deck? Maybe I can win this game. Whoops. So this dies, they draw a card, they go to 2 cards. They go to 2 cards, they go to 1 card, they go to 0 cards. They have 3 cards in deck. Okay. I was afraid of a pump spell, that's why I resolve. Resolve. And then we can just disfigure one of these guys. Unless they have a Loaming Shaman. Sure. How did we win? I cannot believe it. I was like not even paying attention. And then they just killed themselves with their Moldavine value. Oh my gosh. That was actually absurd. I was like, dang it. I was just so fixated on the Scholar loss. That's why you never concede, by the way. And also why, like in real life, that's the type of thing you just notice. You're like, wow, his deck is really small. And then you just click on it on Arena and you're just like, wow, his deck is tiny. I thought it was his graveyard was his deck. I was like, how does he have 20 cards in deck? And then I was like, wait, he only has 4 cards. If I just block, I win. Oh my gosh, that's absurd. Well, we're going to be headed into the 6th round. I mean, actually the 8th round. So hopefully you stay with me. Hello and welcome to round 8. We have a definite keeper here on the draw. And yeah, that was an absurd previous game. Okay, Scholar's like, I'm not going to be milled away this time. I'm with you for the long haul. Now we just have to draw some early creatures. Other than the skeleton. Okay. So they fetched an island with their Evolving Wilds. This isn't mono blue, is it? Okay, they just already had forests, I guess. Okay, deck. That's a fine early play. But in an ideal world, I would be drawing lands here. Because lands are the greatest, and they are what I need. I kind of have to draw like 3 straight lands here for this hand to actually come together, or 2 straight lands. Because I need to be able to cast these guys. I think the hand was very reasonable as a keep. We had 3 lands, we had a skeleton, and then we just drew card we can't cast, card we can't cast. But I think we do trade here. Because we just need to find time. And they have to discard the hand size, which is quite nice. Never mind. They definitely don't have to discard the hand size. Oh yes, land off the top. We will murder that guy. Stop their value and attack. It's actually like not a bad play to murder it, because that thing's going to get them a lot of card advantage if it sticks around. It's going to draw them probably a card every turn. Because most decks are better Renowned Weaponsmith decks than mine. And it also gives our Necromancers fuel, because we're just assuming we're going to draw a land, because that's how skill works. You just always draw the land exactly when you need it. Deck, I know you're listening. I would really appreciate a land right now. I never doubted you. You are my favorite deck. Favorite child of... I don't know. Okay, we're going to kill the Weaponsmith because we're more scared of that than of Cloud Concealer, because I think it's going to get more card advantage overall for my opponent. We should have attacked first. They probably would have blocked, but no use not attacking. But like if they have a Pulsamoras, I'm more scared of them getting Weaponsmith. Oh man, this hand really came together. We drew all the lands. Oh man. And we have a murder. We can get this unsummoned into the graveyard before we cast Scholar of Ages. I am sure we can find a way to make that happen. Okay. So they still don't have a land, which is really good. Oh, that was a fantastic draw. Man, they are going to be like, oh man. I wonder if that they think I just made a sick bluff. Like, that would be like legitimately a sick bluff. Like, just all attack, no fear. Opponent just like, oh no. I think I want to use Unsummon on their end step. Or I just want to keep attacking straight into this Dungeon Geists. The old Geist. Oh, they're attacking me. Well, that's not going to work out the way they want it to. Da-da-da-da-da-da! Charge! They must expect Bladebrand here. Sure. We want to hold up an island. Hey, it actually does. Nice. So end of turn, we will bounce the Dungeon Geists, that which will allow our Boneclad Necromancer to untap. And Bob is your uncle! Ooh, they have red lands. They have red mana! Ah, the red mana! The power of red mana flows through you. Rage. Red mana. Feel the mana. Sure, Vorse Claw. So, if I bounce this, then this untaps, and I attack with everything. They take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They go to 1. If I bounce, yeah. That seems realistic. Send them to 1, and I'm getting back Unsummon and Murder. Actually, never mind. I'm not getting back Unsummon and Murder, because I cannot count. In which case, I should have just done this first. Next turn, I'm getting back Unsummon and Murder. Oh man, did I just punt this away? Potentially. But that's what makes it exciting. You never know when I'm about to just punt away the match. So they're at 1, which means they can't really attack me, which gives me time to set up my Scholar loop. We're going for the unsummoned variant this time around, which is much worse than the Blood for Bones variant. Because it requires a lot more mana. And it's way slower. So I have 4 attackers, all of which are lethal. So if they play Dungeon Geist, then they can just hold back and be fine. But they can't really attack me. Oh, dragon. That's interesting. So now they need another answer. Okay. So they have one. They have 4 blockers. Unsummoned murder. Murder! I may or may not have done messed up, but we will see. I think I'm just going to chump the Force Claw with a skeleton if they attack me with it. And then in the future I can Scholar, plus then bounce my own Scholar. Tapping Skeleton would actually be like a high-tech play. Like that would be like sick if they did that. I would be impressed. I'll just say that. So whenever one of their creatures dies, they gain life. So I can't really race them. Oh, they say good game. Does that mean I lose? This does not have trample, so we'll block there. And we'll block there. And then we'll take 5. Huh, so they could have a bounce spell and a kill spell. So if we just don't block there, then we take 3, 6, 7. Then we have 3 attackers, they have 1 blocker. I think we can take 7. Okay, so I think they could have won this game, but they didn't. They didn't need to attack me there. I think they overvaluated how much my unsummoned murder did, because I think if they'd held back, I think I still couldn't have penetrated the defense. But they probably calculated it out. Good game, Hoser, and I'll see you guys in the final round. Round 9, the full max run. Can we get the win? We're going to keep this hand. We have 8 blue sources. We have only 1 blue card. Heartpiercer Bow can sometimes do work in the right situation. And we have 2 swamps. I'm pretty sure this is a keep. I mean, we have 3 swamps. You just want to keep your relatively decent hands, I think. But I could be wrong. Oh no, turn 2 Leafkin. This is a bad sign. Well, we have part of our combo little assembled now. Heartpiercer Bow plus Fathom Fleet is, of course, a combo. No attacks. Maybe we were supposed to mulligan. I said that now because the hand is not working out super well. No blocks. We'll attack, try to ping down the Leafkin Druid probably. I kind of want to kill Barkhide. It's going to be hard to interact with later. I could have killed the Thicket Crasher, which maybe would have been better. Almost assuredly would have been better. Okay, that's good for me. The fact that there's getting more ramp cards is really good for me. Thank goodness they don't have Feral Invocation. Probably going to bounce the Audacious Thief. Well, that's really, really sketchy for me. Okay, so the thought process here. This thing has Flash, so they're going to cast it no matter when I bounce it. I think I have to draw cards to look for a murder. And that was not a murder. That was actually really horrific draws, actually. They really don't do much here for me here. So opponent's going to make a 3-3. I have to hope this works. Oh man, Nightpack Ambusher, are you really going to ruin my day like this? I thought we were friends. I thought I knew you. Just make their 3-3. Sure, sure. Oh, thank God. Yes! We're back in it! I never doubted you for a second, deck. Oh my gosh, you are the greatest deck of all time. Just give me the answers. Just give me the answers that I seek. We're just going to kill that. 2-2 off. Opponent has unlimited mana, so I'm terrified, but they have one card in hand. What's it going to be, opponent? What is it going to be? Please don't be a Vorst Claw. Actually, Vorst Claw can be chumped. Okay, it's only a 3-3. We're in the game. We are in the game. Okay, so we have Gorging Vulture into Soul Salvage. Sounds good to me. And we have a double block for this. Oh, man, we're going to get there. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Let's go. Soul Salvage. Soul Salvage back. 2 Boneclads. Whew. Actually, I messed up. Gosh darn it! I should have got back a Fathom Fleet because I have the with the bow. I'm gonna just get rid of that Nightpack Ambusher, please. Please let me get rid of Nightpack Ambusher. Yes, I will exile that. I do not want to deal with that. We're just going to use this opportunity to equip. Attack. We are getting there. We are getting there. What a comeback. I thought we were dead this game, but then my opponent flooded out terribly. And that's how it goes sometimes. Just going to get the most power and toughness into play as fast as possible to quickly punish. Ping that guy. I'm kind of afraid of a overcome, so I'm just going to get rid of that guy. Yeah, opponent did not draw well. They have a bunch of mana creatures. And we got the win! Oh my gosh. We were 2-2, had to win 5 straight, but we ranked up. Got all the way to Gold 1. We had to win all 5 of those last matches, but we got there in the end. If you did make it all the way till the end of the video, let me know in the comment section down below by leaving a hashtag 5 straight in the comment section down below to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. Remember to hit that thumbs up button, especially if you want to see a video tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel to join our community and to get notifications. Be sure to click that little bell icon. If you would like to catch me streaming live, I do stream. You can find that at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. And if you want to give back to the channel, you can do so either. I mean, there's a ton of ways. The thumbs up button itself is just really helpful. Even watching is super helpful. But and I really appreciate you making it to the end. But if you would like to give back to the channel, you can do so via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. It's a place you can give back to the channel, help me continue making content, and in exchange, you get bonus content each week on Sunday, usually. So if you would like to support the channel, you can find that in the description. One of those perks for patrons at the $10 per month level is being put into the credits. So thank you to everybody that supports at that level. Even $1 per month really helps out, and so I appreciate patrons at all levels, including the credits level. So thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad you made it to the end, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.